first week of April. We're out here on Toho this morning, fishing a shell bar. And the worm bite has been on fire the last week or so. Problem is, as you can see by the sky behind me and the fact that I'm wearing a hoodie, we are post-frontal. And we're down 7 degrees surface temp from a week ago. That can make things tough, but this late in the year, it doesn't really move these fish a whole lot. So you just don't really want to get in a hurry. You can be in a good spot, and like I said earlier, I idled across this spot and could see a lot of fish hanging out around these clumps of grass, and I think we got one right here, guys. Like I said, there's a lot of fish around this area, and just had to really slow down, get that big June bug worm out, and start dragging it real slow. And I can see some bigger fish on the scope running around, but anytime post frontal, bluebird skies, sometimes you just got to slow it way down, guys. Fish running around out here. Guys. Better fish right there, guys. All the fish I've seen on the scope this morning running around are really tight to the bottom. Check the barometer, see what the barometric pressure is this morning. Whew. So, I don't know if you guys can see that or not. We're at 29.96. We're up 0.37 since a couple of days ago. So the barometric pressure has climbed quite a bit in the last couple of days. May not be able to get a topwater bite today, but we're going to try. bite right here, guys. Dang it. I keep getting my worm. One more cast with this 10-inch ribbon tail and get bit. And to me, I kind of know that they're wanting that little bit of action. Got a group of bait running around on the live scope here. Shell bars can be extremely valuable as far as fishing spots go because everything relates to shell. Getting bit out here right now, guys. First cast back with the ribbon tail. Another small one. But fun. Worm season is here, guys. It is here. Probably one of my absolute favorite ways to catch them out here. Of course, with the hydrilla out here anymore, it's about the only way to really catch them. We got that joker good. Oh God, Lee. How does that happen? My God, we actually got one to blow up on the frog out here in the wind. Post frontal. Alright guys, so we are back home in the garage now. It got way too windy to try to do any more camera stuff outside. Just really makes for terrible audio. It's kind of tough to edit. But I'm going to give you guys my top 5 bait picks for the things that I think you need to have on the deck of your boat to have a good day on Lake Toho for the month of April, especially right now. As you guys saw out there today, and today was a little challenging. We caught a lot of fish, but it is definitely very post-frontal, bluebird skies, super high winds, and it was, I feel like it was unseasonably cold this morning. Wouldn't necessarily call it cold, but it was definitely unseasonably cool this morning. And the water temps are definitely down, but the fish haven't moved. They're still offshore. They're hanging around hydrilla, and probably the best thing that you can throw out there right now, at least the best thing that I've been throwing for the last several weeks, and we've been having a lot of success with on my guide trips, has been a 10-inch June bug ribbon tail worm. And the one that I throw, no, I'm not reaching all the way across the boat for that bag, but I throw the CPF Lures one. I'm sure y'all guessed that. But their ribbon tail is really good. But the biggest thing about it is the June bug is great. I don't know if y'all can see that or not, but their June bug kind of has a almost an iridescent blue to the body. And I really like that a lot. The 10-inch June bug ribbon tail worm, 1/4 ounce Hogtech tungsten. And I've got that on a Dobbins Champion Extreme 744, 17-pound fluoro. It's basic worm stuff. The other worm that we got bit on today, caught a couple fish, is just a shaky head June bug pippinator. That guy right there kind of picked off a few of the a little bit more stingy fish that I could see on live scope. I couldn't necessarily get to bite. I was throwing that on a Sierra. That's a 703, yeah. Sierra 703. It's a great little rod. It's a really good rod for whipping around little shaky heads. A lot of sensitivity. Again, 17-pound fluoro. It's good stuff. The other three that I'm going to go with for this time of year, we didn't get bid on them today, but today was a little abnormal because over the last couple of weeks, we've been catching a lot of fish on these other things. And you guys know how much I like a swim jig, but this time of year for the next several months, I've got that swim jig, a bluegill pattern swim jig, on the deck of my boat every time I hit the water. That water temp starts getting into the mid upper 70s, getting into the 80s. Those fish eat a lot of bluegill. They eat a lot of shell cracker. You don't want to leave home without a swim jig. I got the CPF Lures wobbler on the back of that. It's a great little swim jig trailer. Throwing that on a Caden 744, 45-pound 9X braid. That guy usually gets it done for me. Usually pick you up a bigger fish too. The other thing I really like to throw, because of water temp, we're still a little early for it, but as that water temp starts to get back up into the upper 70s and into the 80s, that frog bite's going to start really coming around. You guys got to see one blow up on that today. She didn't get it. I think she went for the legs. She didn't get the whole frog, but we did get blown up on the frog today. Of course, my go-to frog setup, Dobbins Champion XP 736, full cork grip, Abu Garcia Revo Rocket, 45-pound 9X braid. Mr. Froggy's gonna start getting good here in the next couple weeks. The other thing, the other bait that I've got on the deck of the boat at all times this time of year is gonna be a topwater walking bait. Whether it be a Zare Spook, a Sexy Dog. Right now I've got an old Spit and Image tied on. Put a feathered treble hook on the back of that guy. The old Spit and Image is a great topwater walking bait for schooling fish. Fish that are pushing bait around. Maybe you got a school of fish that have pushed some shad up against a hydrilla edge. You'll have this guy or a spook or any kind of a topwater walking bait. Gonna get crushed. And I throw my topwater walking baits on a Cadence 743. It's got just enough action that you don't overpower the bait when trying to walk it, but it's got enough power that it can get those fish out of the stuff. Again, 9X 45-pound braid, fast reel. Can't stress enough, guys, keep your eyes and your ears open for schooling fish over the next several weeks. It's nothing to be fishing down a hydrola edge on Toho right now and have a group of fish, you know, the size of your boat come up 100, 200 feet away from you, and you can have a lot of fun in a hurry. You start throwing a topwater walking bait into some schooling fish. But that's it, guys. Let me know in the comments what you thought about this video. I'm thinking about doing a worm video, kind of a when, where, and why I throw what I throw on Toho, and kind of why I go from like a Cinco style worm to a trick worm to a ribbon tail worm to a speed worm. And all of those worm bites seem to come and go throughout the year, but I'm thinking about doing an all-inclusive, kind of like a worm extravaganza video on Lake Toho. So y'all let me know in the comments if that's something you'd be interested in seeing, and we'll see you in the next one, guys.